What's up, Internet people? This is Corey from Invest Like an Old Man. Welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you taking time to tune in. And today we're going to stay on a hot topic because although my channel is more or less devoted to what you should be doing and how to get financially sound, a lot of the hot topics that people want to discuss right now is cryptocurrency. And a big part of that is due to the recent success of Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Dogecoin, and some of the other cryptos. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I have strong opinions regarding these cryptocurrencies. And I want to put a disclaimer on it. When I make these videos, myself, you, or anyone else, none of us knows exactly what's going to happen tomorrow or even a month from now in the short term. Nobody. If they claim to tell you that they do, they're a liar. My advice is focused on what's going to happen in the long term. And I do feel very strongly that most of these cryptocurrencies are going to be worthless in the long term. But today I want to focus on a specific topic regarding crypto that people keep bringing up. And I feel like a lot of people who talk about this have done basic research on cryptocurrency. So they can tell you what it is. They can tell you what the creator said the purpose of it was and what utility it will serve. But the truth of the matter is that's all you can really do when it comes to cryptocurrency because people try to compare them to stocks. They're not like stocks, right? So stocks are businesses that have a product or service that they sell, and they have customers and they have earnings, right? So you can go do research and see the historical sales they have or read the plans that they have to grow their earnings in the future, and you can make an educated bet on that. That doesn't mean that you won't lose your money in stocks as well, but there's actually a company to research. There's operations that you can research, cash on hand, and a lot of other things. That you cannot do any of that when it comes to cryptocurrency because this is simply, we can call it a digital token, but the truth of it's a line of code that exists in a computer, and that's it. You either believe that in the future people will think it's worth something, or people won't think it's worth something. And we know that there are hundreds and thousands of cryptocurrencies. So if we want to use the term currency, meaning that this is going to be used to purchase products, goods, or services in the future, we can safely say that the overwhelming majority of these are not going to actually accept it as currency, and they're going to end up being worthless in the long term. So let's start with that premise. But a specific thing that people keep bringing up is, oh, the Fed just printed, so much money over the past year. They're making a dollar worthless. I can't argue with the fact that the Fed does control the supply of money, and that they have essentially created money out of thin air, which they've always done. They've just done it a lot more because of the pandemic, but they've always done this. The issue that I have is you are repeating a talking point that you don't really understand. Most of you all are not economics majors. Half of you all weren't finance majors. So you're just repeating something that you heard someone else say. And I'm not going to claim to be an expert on it. But what I will tell you is we have the Fed for a reason. They're functioning to keep our capitalistic society from not getting too hot or not getting too old, right? Too cold. So they have the ability to issue securities, buy securities, and control the amount of money that's in supply. They do that for a reason. It's what keeps our economy healthy. If they did not do that, people keep talking about like this wage gap between the rich and the poor. If they didn't do that, it would be even worse, right? They do certain things to help essentially make sure that we're functioning on all cylinders. That is a good thing. You can't convince me that is a bad thing. People who want anarchy, who don't want anybody to have some type of control, who think they know better, sometimes you have to just be real with yourself. If you're buying all this crypto and you're new to investing, you're a novice. You don't know about the economy. You barely know about investing. And I'll say you know more about specific crypto than I do, but the overall concept is not much to know about it, right? It's built on a blockchain, solving problems to mine these tokens, getting a reward that people say ultimately will replace currency for a variety of reasons. That's all you need to understand. They can come out with a different one tomorrow with a different name and say it serves a different purpose, but ultimately that's all you need to know. So if you believe that it's going to replace the dollar, then you have to tell me what's wrong with the dollar now. What's wrong with the existing process that we have now? So if 90% of Americans are able to walk into a bank and withdraw cash if they need it, they can swipe their debit card, they can swipe their credit card. You can actually pay with your watch. I've got a smartwatch on. I can go to the cash register and pay with my watch, right? There is no problem. How does the federal government printing money directly impact me, right? I'm not saying it doesn't impact me at all, right? Because there has been inflation due to the U.S. government deciding to award stimulus checks, unemployment checks, and other things that have caused inflation. So I'm not saying it doesn't have any impact, but what I'm saying is, how does that really impact me on a day-to-day basis? Why do I feel more comfortable without the Fed having control over the money? That could ultimately cause our economy to collapse because there's no central authority figure. We need authority. I think that's the thing that a lot of you all are missing. Having a governing body to watch over these things and manage it to make sure our economy is functioning is a good thing. I don't ever want to live in a time where the government, and keep in mind that the government is supposed to be a representation of the people, right? We treat the government, and it acts sometimes like it doesn't report to the people, but everybody in the country can't have a voice on every single subject. So we elect people that are supposed to represent our viewpoints. So that's all the government is. And when they appoint people to the Fed that are qualified and they fulfill their duties, that's a good thing for all of us. That's why these positions are not political, and they are there to serve the common and the greater good for all of us. So I want someone who's a big crypto fan to tell me what the downside of that is. Not something that you've heard, not an article that you read, but true research. And watching a YouTube video is part of research. Reading an article is part of research. But real research is reading books, is studying. Those people that work at the Federal Reserve that have masters and doctorates, they went to school for 4 to 8 years studying a specific topic, reading every book, writing books, conducting experiments. Those people are a lot more qualified to make decisions regarding things that should happen in the economy than the average Joe who just decides they're going to jump up today and buy crypto. So that's a topic that many people aren't telling me about, and they're not really telling me why that should matter to me. I'm open. Why should I care? Because right now I don't. The way things are going for me, my life is great. I just get my check. It goes to the bank. I swipe my card. I very rarely carry cash. Why do I need another form of digital currency that's going to take 10 minutes to process, to be anonymous when I don't really care? So I really genuinely want to know. Put it in the comments. Thanks.